Undergrunt Podcast Network.
Punch in at 8:30 every morning.
Except you punch in at 7:30 following a business holiday.
Unless it's a Monday.
Then you punch in at 8 o'clock.
Punch in late and they tag you.
Incoming articles get a voucher.
Outgoing articles provide a voucher.
Move any article without a voucher and they dock you.
Letter size a green voucher.
Oversize a yellow voucher.
Parcel size a maroon voucher.
Wrong color voucher and they dock ya.
6787049A-6.
That is your employee number.
It will not be repeated.
Without your employee number, you cannot get your paycheck.
In office mail is code 37.
Inter-office mail 37-3.
Outside mail 3-37.
Code it wrong in the dock.
This has been your orientation.
Is there anything you do not understand?
Is there anything you understand only partially?
If you have not been fully oriented,
You must file a complaint with personnel.
File a faulty complaint and they dock you.
In a small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, "I'll take two," and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth where they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the thighs. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this and more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, "Where's my whisk?" we'll include this bonus disc.
hey!
Not so loud, please, Bob.
Welcome to Bonus Disc.
We're all very tired.
That's the only time I'm gonna scream, Kurt. I'm sorry.
We need to do this. This needs to be like an NPR episode of Bonus Disc.
Right. This is a bonus.
You're like holding your head like you're keeping it from exploding.
My head is very heavy right now.
This is the sick episode of Bonus Disc where everybody's sick. The only show on the
I'm
internet.
actually fine.
The only show on the internet ever that breaks down bad movies scene by scene. I've researched that, and we are the only one.
Okay.
Congratulations,
this isn't a really
Matt.
bad movie, though.
This is not.
This is just a fucking
But I'm really,
fucking
I don't
movie.
feel good, and
JD
everyone
would
around
be
me doesn't
pissed
feel
because
good.
we're breaking formatting.
No, actually, the new format is I say what the show is at the top of the show.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what it is, Kurt. Okay, and I'm Bob Rose, and with me is Matt P.A., because he
Yay.
hates saying his name.
Yep.
And with us is, for the fourth time ever, Curt Schmelz.
One more time, I can join the Five Timers Club, hang out with Tom Hanks and stuff.
We have all the same rules as SNL. Yeah. Man, if we had Tom Hanks on 5 times. Let's watch his own movies. And so this was a harrowing episode to get to.
Good Christ.
Because Kurt found this magical movie in Japan.
No, I saw it in New York at a Japanese
You saw it in
film
New York
festival.
at a Japanese film festival, and I don't apparently listen to anything he says at all, apparently. And in order to watch this Blu-ray that you bought, which was a different region, we had to get a region-free Blu-ray player. So I had to borrow a disc drive for a computer from friend of the show, Sean Jones.
Thanks, Sean.
To hook to Huey's laptop to hook to the TV so that we could watch this thing. And as soon as Kurt got here, it did not play. And luckily, then I just looked it up on YouTube and the whole movie was there. So,
But at least we got to put all those viruses on Huey's computer.
yeah, I got lots of malware and stuff all
yes.
wedged into the registry of Huey's computer. So
I stole all the dick pics he had on there. I'm just going to send them to random people.
I mean, it's good for the audience because they could watch this 2-hour movie
Yeah,
if they
that's
want
true.
at any time.
You really could.
It's
If you
out there in the
love
world.
Christmas, you'll watch
Well, yeah,
it.
they
This
should be
is- yeah.
watching it soon because it's Christmas
This
time.
might be
Welcome
one of
to
the
the Christmas
Yeah,
episode.
this is definitely a Christmas episode because this movie is so very much
We
about
watched Die Hard.
Christmas.
No.
You're not gonna know until about an hour and a half in that it's a Christmas episode.
yeah.
It's a secret.
It's a secret Christmas episode.
No, when the first time I saw it, because you guys, I told you that it's a Christmas movie you don't know for a while. But for me, I was just like, wait, this is a Christmas movie? Like you said, like 90 minutes into the movie, I was like, Santa Claus is in this movie?
I wish you had not said it and just insisted that we
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, you're
now,
right.
and
Yeah,
I told you ruined it. You ruined it.
You should have never said it, man.
I ruin a lot of things. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because the Christmas thing comes completely out of nowhere. It's like Halloween in Neverending Story 3. You're just like, wait a minute, what?
It's a Halloween movie?
The movie ends on Halloween? Oh, come on.
All right.
pretty
Well,
much
we're not
exactly
sure
like
if this is a
that.
Christmas movie or an anti-Christmas movie.
It's
Because it's kind of
apparently
an
an
anti-consumerism.
anti-war
Kurt,
movie,
that's why we're sitting here right now to figure out
But
what we
is
should
it
have learned.
anti-consumerism?
We're going to figure it out. We
Okay.
got to start.
All right.
Because this thing is 2
I'm
hours.
going to download a bunch of Japanese podcasts where they talk
content.
about this and see what they have to say.
Oh,
A Japanese Christmas podcast. It's only weekly Christmas themed. Okay.
God.
The movie, it opens on a TV stations.
yeah.
They're talking about the atomic bomb.
Right.
It's like Talking Heads on a TV show.
Oh, they're talking about the 2020 Olympics in
Yes.
Tokyo.
Talking
They
about the-
talk about the Olympics a lot.
Well, that's a big political issue because
Yeah.
of Akira
Yeah.
or something.
Or something.
God. Because of Akira.
But
But yeah, they start talking about that shit, but then they start just talking about a guy named Ryuki, or what is it, Ryoichi?
I thought it was Suzuki, right?
Suzuki Ryoichi.
Yeah, we're gonna
Suzuki
mess up some names
Ryoichi,
here
yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
So
And they start talking about him, and it turns out to be the guy.
that's watching.
That
the
wa-
Yeah,
TV.
they're like
Yeah.
making fun of him on TV. It's like he's imagining. They're all just like, oh,
He's a
Ryoki's
loser.
such a
Loser.
loser.
He's pathetic. He offers
Yeah.
nothing to humanity. He wakes up. He's underneath of his coffee table, sleeping.
You can tell it's not an actual Japanese TV show because they're not showing someone eating food and talking about how delicious it is, which is always happening in the corner of every Japanese TV show.
This is very good news.
It's like their CNN, but talking about him, right?
That is
Pretty
really
much.
what a lot of their shows are like. It's just people talking, but usually in the corner,
There's
there's
a
like a
circle.
picture of someone being like, "Oh, oishi, crab's very delicious," and stuff. Like, yeah.
So, very consumerist
Yeah.
society, I guess. I've never been to Japan, Kurt. So, man, where does it go from there? He
He
starts
wakes up-
freaking out.
He wakes up and
Yeah, he
freaks out
wakes
because he's
up
late
and-
for work, and he runs to work.
He's
and
late,
his
and he's
stomach
grabbing
hurts.
his stomach and holding
One
his
thing I
butthole
want to note
closed.
too is that scene does not end in him in like waking up from a dream. It just that's how the scene goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
the people on television are talking
They
about him.
point at him.
Yeah, but he
Like-
doesn't like wake up from a dream at any point.
No,
That's
no.
just is happening.
He just turns the TV off.
right.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna wake up again, and like it would be a dream. Nope.
No.
And
They
he's
speak to him.
he gets
through the
ready for
television.
work. He's holding this like where his spleen would be.
But he's also holding his butthole.
Yes, he has
Yeah.
a stomach ache, like he has like
Yeah.
diarrhea. Or
He
something.
stops at like a public toilet that has all this graffiti that starts talking to him.
Yeah, it starts
Yeah.
making fun of him.
So he can't poop in there because he's afraid of the
I
walls.
think that we can't. Like it was in Japanese, so
Yeah.
we didn't understand. But I think the writing says like,
Stuff
like
like-
Suzuki
About him.
sucks or
About
whatever.
him,
Yeah.
okay.
Suzuki.
It's a
Baku
montage
desu.
of him going to work and people basically staring at him and laughing at him because he's pathetic.
Yeah.
Even though he's not, he's just a guy.
I mean, he does look pathetic.
I mean, he's holding his
He
asshole.
lives in a
and stuff, so-
one-room apartment.
but
It's not
that's
even one
Japan,
bedroom.
though.
Yeah, that's true.
I was gonna
He
say,
does
how
live in
rare is
Tokyo.
that? Because that's normal, right?
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Like everyone on the subway station stares at him.
Oh yeah, everyone on the subway
There's
station, which
that
is
girl.
weird. Like,
Huh.
yeah, you feel like if someone sucked that bad, everyone would just ignore him, not spend all their
They're
time staring at them.
Well, I think while the montage is going on, it explained he had 3 concerts that no one showed up to, so he quit rock and roll music and became a clerk,
Yeah,
and that's why he's such a failure.
His
Yeah.
dream died.
he wanted
and
to be,
everyone knows
like
it.
David Bowie. He has like a white leather jacket
Yeah.
with like a heart that's made of studs on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, when everyone was just like pointing at him and staring at him on the subway, what that makes me think of is like the time I did mushrooms at fucking Magfest. That's like how it felt when I was walking around, just like everyone's staring at me. Everyone knows. Like it just like to me, it was like everyone just like, that's Kurt. He's so fucked up. Look at him. And I was just like, oh, they all know.
Yeah, I was assuming it was all paranoia
Yeah.
fantasy, right?
I don't know. I mean,
Or was
everybody.
it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was the
you think
reality
people
of this
weren't
movie?
actually saying that shit to him?
That's what I'm saying. Was the reality of this movie is people on TV and on the streets fucking hate this guy because he failed at being a musician.
Well, I think everything that happened in his house was like a fantasy.
See, and then-
sort of. You know what I mean? 'Cause
everyone
he
at his
said-
job hating him is real.
He said at some point,
But
he
it's
was
definitely
like,
exaggerated because there's like a scene where it's like the entire office got together to point and laugh at him and call him an idiot as he walks
Yeah.
by.
I think like his room is magic.
Okay,
I don't know.
dude.
I mean, fucking tell me it isn't compared to what else goes on in this movie. I think there was something magical about
Maybe
his
Santa
room.
Claus made his TV do that to help him convince him to
Don't
get
give
a
away
turtle.
that.
Stop.
We already
saying
said
it.
it's a Christmas movie.
That doesn't mean Santa.
Oh my god.
All right, so he works at a place that
They
it's
make
a
it's called Peace.
piece of music.
Piece of music. And they make, like-
PIECE.
Yeah, they make like tuners and stuff. They
Yeah,
make pieces
for
like
music.
Whammy
musical
bar.
components,
Everyone at
yeah.
work hates him except one woman who gives him a gift when he walks in. Remember?
No, she
she
sees his
sees-
stomach hurt, so she gives him like a Modium AD.
Yeah,
or
that's what I
something.
mean. She gave him
gives
the
him a sleeve of
magical,
pills.
but it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a thing.
Well, it becomes
he
a thing
cherishes the gift of these Imodium pills.
later. Yeah, he's like, oh, she loves me.
Yeah, and she's some nerdy girl who doesn't hate
Well, I
him.
think he already was into her because he sees her on the elevator. So one thing I want to bring up, or already, he can't walk through things.
Yeah,
Like anything that's a
The
motion
automatic doors
sensor
don't
does
open
not
up for him.
see
Yeah.
him. Like
'cause he's
elevator
such a
doors
loser.
close on him.
He's such a loser that even robotics don't recognize his
Yeah.
humanity.
It's terrible.
It's really awful.
Or Japanese technology is just that advanced, and that's kind of cool. You're like, this guy's bullshit. He shouldn't even be
this
allowed
door's
in
only
here.
gonna open for successful people.
Yeah,
Unless you played at least 4 concerts in your life, you can't walk through this door.
Take
with
a
good
fucking
attendance.
walk.
yeah. Yeah. So he's such a loser that everything recognizes it.
Yeah.
So he gets.
And his boss, like, everybody's just like, what's up, fucking idiot? Like, everybody just calls him a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
to
they
his
call him
face.
Baka all the time.
Yeah.
And he the whole time the actor himself is like on the verge of crying.
Yes.
He's
For,
like
the
yeah,
first 20 minutes.
He's not. So then he goes to lunch, and he's
His
sitting.
boss fucks with him, too.
His boss fucks with him.
Oh, that's where his desk is just all this broken looking shit with hazardous waste. Like,
Oh yeah, and they put like
We
hazardous
haven't
waste
got
stickers
there
on his
yet.
back.
That's the next time he's at the office. We haven't got there yet.
are you sure?
No, they put it on his back right when he walks
Yeah.
in, and then she takes it off. The girl takes
Oh,
it
I
off.
thought
when-
next time they show the whole desk with it all.
That's later.
That's
He has a
later,
desk
yeah.
where
Is
it's
it?
all
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that
But they
was
put
No,
they
no.
put the hazardous waste on his back.
Yeah.
Which I was like, why do they have all these hazardous
hazardous
waste
waste
stickers
signs
at
at
a
a
place
music
that makes
store.
it?
So yeah, he goes to lunch. He's sitting there crying in the park, the lunch park, and then there's a scary dude with a cart that sells turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those turtles are so cheap too. 200 yen. That's like $1.60.
For a baby turtle.
Yeah.
And
I
he
guess
buys
that-
one.
Yeah.
Am I
And the
missing
course of
anything?
history changed.
I'm so tired. I feel like I'm missing
I
everything.
don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
the course of it. That's when the movie starts. Really.
Yeah.
He buys this turtle, takes
Buys
it
a turtle,
home,
takes it home. Yeah.
and he's
then
watching TV, and they're talking about the Nagasaki. How people forget that the Nagasaki.
They're
bomb
doing one of
happened.
those things
Yeah.
like where they're like, do college students know what suffragette is? Like, you know.
It's street
suffrages,
walking with
yeah.
Jay Leno, but
yeah,
Yeah,
in
like-
Japan,
And they're like
they're
asking kids
you know,
like, do you know what the like who dropped the atomic bomb? They're like, well, it couldn't be the United States. That's our friends and stuff like
Right.
that. They're talking about how like people have forgotten about the atomic bomb in Japan, which isn't crazy because they still are obsessed with atomic disasters in Japan all the time.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes,
duh.
we just watched 2 hours of it. Yeah. So, and the name for an atomic explosion
is a picadon.
is Picadon.
Picadon.
P-I-K.
Do you think that maybe
A-D-O-N.
the writer director heard that Weird Al song "Christmas at Ground Zero"? That's what he wrote this movie based on.
It's not. It's not.
That's not a terrible
Oh.
title for this movie.
Yeah,
at
if
Ground
this was
Zero.
released in America, it should be
Christmas
called
at Ground Zero.
Yeah.
The
So
musical.
he names the turtle Picadon, and then he starts basically sharing his fantasy of where he's going to take his life with the turtle in his
Well,
apartment.
He
right?
plays the game of life.
Yeah, via
And he's
the
like,
actual game of life.
game of
and he
life.
makes the turtle crawl, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm making money. Then the turtle goes to the homeless. You're
He's
homeless
like
again. He's
mansion
like,
or
"Oh, damn
homeless.
it,
And he's
turtle."
like, what the fuck are you doing?
So he makes his own life board that's all just like play at like O-Nest and Shibuya.
Well, it's like it was a
Well, no,
system.
but
it was
before
like
that-
I'm gonna start learning an instrument, then get a band, then play.
well, no, it was
No,
all
no, before that, when the turtle does the life board, that's when it finds the stomach pills. And he goes, "Oh,
right.
you went to this. This is my greatest treasure." And that's when he gives it the speech.
Yuko gave this to me. Like, yeah,
but that's
I
when
want
he
to
gives
date
it the
her.
speech. Yeah, he gives them the speech about how about the iceberg and all that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm just the tip of the iceberg. You can't see all of me.
Yeah, and he gives this whole speech to this turtle, and then after this speech, he goes, "I love this woman, and I want to date her."
Yeah.
Like, names her by name.
I
and
love
then
that
he's like,
he
I
jumps
want to
up,
date her.
I love her. I want to date her.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but then he makes his
Maybe
own life
that in
board.
Japan. It might, yeah, I was gonna say we're watching subtitles here.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah.
too.
It might mean something different. Whatever. And then
But that's important.
he makes a board.
Which is insane that it's important that he gave a speech to a turtle.
Right. He makes a board for Pikadon to walk across
I
that.
give
It basically
speeches
has
to my
all of
cat
his goals
sometimes.
ending in the Nippon Stadium.
Which is where the Olympics are going to be held.
Right.
That they're
Like he
building for
wants
the
to he
Olympics.
wants to perform there, and that's when he's finally reached all of his goals.
I like how Sexiest Man Alive and Budokan come before playing at the new Nippon Stadium.
Yeah.
Right. And so the turtle like walks down it and he goes crazy.
Yeah, he makes it so that he can't go anywhere, but it's like there's not choices. It's like, well, turtle. Oh, look, he chose all the things that I made him go in a straight line because I
Again,
blocked off
yeah.
the sides with cigarettes and
But he
fucking
was
noodle
just-
boxes.
Yeah.
He was just
Which
living
is
if he
important
want-
for later.
Yeah,
We need to remember that.
Yeah. Which is also insane.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So the turtle gets to the end. He like drops the all the shit he built was kind of awesome. That's
Yeah,
why
he
this
puts a
movie's
lot
great.
of time into.
No, he
that
built
kind of stuff.
like a fake Nippon Stadium at the end of this thing so the turtle could climb onto it. Remember?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
yeah.
look over into the
And
stadium.
there's like sunglasses that say "goal" with ketchup on
Then he
it.
pulls that
Yeah.
thing and like all the confetti comes down
Yeah.
and everything.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Where
and
did he have all that
and
stuff
he-
in that tiny apartment to make that?
I don't
But that's
know.
what made this movie awesome was stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Like, it was
also,
like,
he has a
damn, this is
poster
cool
that says,
fuck.
"Never mind the bullshit. Here's the fuck bullshit."
Here's the fuck bullshit. Didn't he also this is when he also like dresses like Elvis sort of and starts
Yeah, he's
playing
wearing
his
his
music.
white leather jacket and stuff.
But isn't this when he
Yes.
starts like really
Yes.
playing music and practicing and
No,
everything?
he was already in a band.
No,
he
no,
already
no,
knew
no.
how to play
I know
guitar.
he already did, but he's like
Yeah, but
he's like
no, he does-
fantasizing now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like about actually succeeding this time.
That's why I think the room's magic because he's like, when I'm at work, I'm that guy, but when I'm here, I'm
He says
this
that.
guy.
Yeah.
He's like that is not.
He's like, the
this is
public me is
Yeah.
the tip of the iceberg. This
Yeah.
is the real me, rock star,
Yeah.
sexy man
So that's why
alive.
there was
You're
like
right,
something
right.
magical
Budokan.
about his home or something. I don't know.
Because it's him fantasizing. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
He's
Okay.
just,
house
like,
doesn't have to be
fantasizing
magical
that
for you to fantasize.
He's such a fucking loser that even the news knows about it because when he goes to work, everybody treats him the way he does.
Right.
Maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
So then he goes to work the next day with Pikadon.
Yeah,
He
brings
brings
it kind
Pikadon.
of like shows a thing where it's like him like spending time. I think it's like a week later or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
shows like
there's
a
a
little
montage.
montage of him like hanging out with the turtle, getting to really know the turtle's personality and stuff.
All the turtle just dead stares in a close up.
There's
Like,
a lot
yeah,
of
whatever.
the turtle glued to things.
I never-
trying to walk.
I swear to God, when he bought the turtle, I did not think it would be a main plot point at all. I thought it was going to be a side thing. It turns into this.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
the whole movie.
I feel like the turtle is the protagonist.
Kind of.
Ryuichi is like.
I
feel
mean,
the
we'll
turtle's
talk
the
about
main
what
character.
happens, but
yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
I feel like
man.
it's the hero's journey of the turtle. It's the turtle's hero's journey.
We'll get to that.
I don't know whose
He's the only
journey
good
it
guy.
is.
Everyone else is kind
He's
of an
close. Let's
asshole.
just say, at this point in the movie, he is close to Pikadon, and he brings him to work.
Yeah.
Right? And then
Mm-hmm.
he's at his desk, fiddling with him, and then
Somebody makes fun of him, and then he pulls the turtle out and pretends it's a gun and starts like blowing everybody up with the turtle.
Oh well, no, he does that
Uh,
before they see it. He's
yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah, no,
through
he's
the
like- that's
turtle.
what I'm saying.
And he's just
he's
like, I'm
doing
killing all
I'm
of them.
crushing your head
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
turtle.
with the
Like,
turtle.
yeah, with the turtle.
Using it as a gun. Cause
Yeah.
And then later he's at his desk, and somebody who sees the
It's
turtle.
the girl that he likes.
Oh, yeah, the
sees the
girl.
turtle. She's like, oh, a turtle. And then like
Everybody else
everyone is
runs
just
up.
like, a turtle. Let's all rush over and look at it.
And then make fun of him for
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Say it's his girlfriend.
And that's when everyone is like pointing
Including
and
the
laughing at
boss.
him. It's, yeah.
And they make fun of him even harder because he has a turtle now.
Yeah.
As your girl, yeah, as your
Only
girlfriend. all that,
losers
and
have
then-
pet turtles. Do you
So-
know any cool people with pet turtles they bring to work?
This is when it gets even more nuts because he goes so depressed, insane over this.
Yeah, he runs
ends up
away crying.
flushing the turtle down the toilet,
Yeah.
which is like
It's fucking crazy,
it's
man.
nuts. And then
He instantly regrets it, but he's
Yeah.
He's-
Immediately
there's
he's like, no,
scenes
what
of
did I do?
him, lots of scenes of him just regretting what he did.
yeah.
Like I'll never forget
Well, he
you.
tells
oh my
the turtle,
God.
he's like, you're my only friend. You're the only friend I've ever had.
and he kills it, or he tries to.
He flushes it down
Well,
the toilet.
I don't know that he thought he was going to die.
I mean, they can breathe underwater.
No, they can't, but I mean, they can be
Well,
underwater
some
for a long
can.
time.
right?
Nah,
Kids
turtles.
song.
breathe
Either
in.
way, it was going
Well,
away
whatever.
from- Yeah.
Same
So
difference.
he has
Bring
this
me down
whole
to one.
emotional, dramatic breakdown over his guilt, and then the subterranean world, we see the turtle
In the
wash
sewer.
out into the sewer. He's sitting on a piece of wood, and it's just him
Yeah, there's like
floating along.
a 10-minute scene of him
floating through the sewer world, which is really nothing. It's just him on a thing, a
Yeah.
log, and he comes.
It's a turtle glued to a board as
Yeah.
it floats down a fucking tube. It's
the Milo
insane.
Otis people stapled him to a board, and then
That
yeah.
turtle was dead. It's just nailed.
You know,
from
the guy who
other
made
side.
Milo and Otis is actually like the father of animal rights in Japan, though. That guy like invented Japanese animal rights. So that's why it said no animals were harmed in the film.
Yeah,
in
but
this movie
that's-
at the end. That guy who made
It's
Milo
probably
and Otis.
more like the Patriot Act, where he's an
Like he
animal
had
rights
to,
activist,
yeah,
but he's
right.
an active against animal rights. So like he's like trying to get them less. That's why that might be what's
he's
going
really
on.
active in animal rights. But what we don't say is, he's trying to abolish. Them.
Yeah, he's like animals don't deserve rights; they're not people.
How am I supposed
So
to make
why
the
the fuck-
fucking movie?
If I can't throw this dog at a bear for an hour, no one's gonna watch this movie.
I can't flush 300 turtles at a public toilet.
Yeah, we were like,
You're
just they
stifling
probably
my
just
art.
flushed the turtle down the toilet.
So yeah, the turtle.
Dude, if they cost $1.65, then fuck them. Just throw a bunch of them.
I mean, we feed them to other animals.
I know.
Yeah, so mice, we feed them to snakes. The turtle comes up to like this underground shore, a little shore.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Batman Returns.
Yeah,
It's like this underground.
the
little
turtle is
thing.
kind of like the penguin. I
Yeah,
feel like.
right. And then, man, this is the moment that I wasn't ready for. It's when, how do you explain this? It's
Bunch
when
of
So
basically,
the
creepy-ass
turtle,
toys.
the turtle starts like crawling up.
and there's like
the shore.
shelving and like a workshop.
Yeah, and all this like bullshit everywhere, but it's dark. And what's the first thing that moves?
Well, then we
I think
see
you
like
see the creepy doll. walk
Mary
out.
the doll.
Maria.
I remember
Yeah,
Maria the
Maria.
doll. Sulky.
Sulky,
Sulky,
the
the
cat.
sulky cat. That
Sulky the
sulks all
cat,
the time. He
and
actually said that. I'm sulky. I sulk. That's why my name's Sulky.
And
That's like an
PC
actual
What it
line
is.
he
Was it
has. I love it.
PC 3000?
Yeah, PC
Yeah.
3000.
Who's just
And then a
robot.
whole bunch of dogs, animals,
Live animals,
living
stuffed
animals.
animals.
There's like
puppeted
a,
stuffed. It was insane.
there's like a parrot down there.
Yeah. There's every type of marionette, puppet, or like rodent or dog is in this
Mhm.
scene.
And there's like a
Like
robot
dinosaur
dinosaur.
toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another robot that washed up on shore with him that he had to fix.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that was
And
all
they're-
fucked up.
They're all these things come at them like they're walking by themselves, sentient, and they start talking to him. Right? They say like,
They're like,
They're like,
there's
"What's your
a new
name?
one.
How'd you
There's
get
a
here?"
new one.
yeah, a new friend arrived.
A new friend or
And
something.
Sulky's like, great, someone else. I'm gonna sulk over this.
they're just another piece of
Sulky is
discarded trash.
He's Surly from Richie and Scratchy World.
He is,
So
yeah.
anyway,
He
or
is just
Dumpland or
like he
whatever.
just naysays everything.
yeah,
Constantly.
always constantly naysaying. And man, I don't know how to explain half this stuff.
It's so. I mean, it's like a really low rent Jim Henson situation.
Yeah, they're all like puppets.
There's no CG.
There's no CG,
There's
but
CG
it's
at the
also
very end.
amazing.
it's creepy. Like you were saying, it's like South Park in real life. Like,
Yeah, when they walk.
when they walk like into frame or like forward
When you
into
see
the foreground,
the legs,
it's so
Yeah.
weird.
the legs have no weight on them. It's
No.
awesome.
They're like floating.
When Maria walks, she like glides forward.
Yeah,
and her
it
legs
takes
just
forever. The cat's the worst. The cat is just like a nightmare. It's like a flying squid. Like
I can't believe they
His
didn't kill
feet never
someone. It
touch
looked
the
like
feet.
they're gonna ready to murder everyone. They're scary.
none of
Could
it's
have happened
cool
off
looking.
screen. They
Yeah.
could have murdered tons of people off screen.
Do you know at this point I knew that it's a Christmas movie, and nothing yet clicked. I'm just not gonna say anything, but nothing yet clicked with me yet. Because there's real live dogs and shit in there. Note
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
real
real
live
animals
dogs.
that we've got to assume were at some point flushed down the toilet or pushed into a sewer drain.
Well, yeah,
Like, did somebody
How do they-
kick a dog into a sewer drain?
it was nice to open that puppy on
I didn't even
Christmas.
think about that. How did the dogs get down there, man?
And there's like a stuffed gorilla that's like the size of a person.
No,
Who
it's
flushed that down the
huge.
toilet?
Like, how did that get to the sewer?
Did
That's
they
a
like
good
cut
point.
into pieces, flush it down,
Down the
and then the
toilet?
guy put it back together?
Well, the guy, we haven't talked about the guy yet.
yeah, so that
Pa,
well, yeah.
Papa comes out, Pa.
yeah, there's
How
like a
comes
drunk
out?
bum who lives in the sewer and fixes
And he's in
toys.
charge of all the toys. And they're like, he could talk. And they're like, the
He's
turtle could talk to us if he has Pa's candy. I mean,
Yeah, it's super weird, man. Pop comes out and he's basically like drunk as fuck and he's like,
He's
"Hey,
like
we got
singing,
another
walking
guy.
through the
This-
sewer. He's like, oh,
It's so
check out my
great.
Suntory whiskey.
I'm gonna drink whiskey.
Yeah,
we got
he's a
another
drunk.
person."
Yeah,
And they're like, "Hey, let him talk." And he's like, "But why?" And they're like, "So we can talk back to him." He's like, fine. I'm gonna go get the candy
Fine,
so
I'll
we
get the
can
magic
talk."
candy.
so he walks into his little other lab that's filled with jars of
glowing
Magic
pellets.
glowing candy, yeah.
it's weird.
And he lights a candle to see in the fully lit room.
Yeah.
And then he has a pot, like a fucking like just soup pot that's like steaming, and he lifts the head off it, and a bunch of like gumballs that are like
yeah, it's like glowing
fluorescent
glumballs, yeah.
shoot out like, ah! And then he puts the lid back on, and they're all over the floor.
And they're all like, "Pa, you screwed it up."
Yep.
It's like, what are you doing?
And he's on the floor like gathering like, help me. And then but he ends up feeding one to the turtle.
Yep.
And it's this light. It's like made of light, and it like absorbs into his mouth.
Sucks into his mouth. It looks.
I mean,
so
it's pretty
strange.
hard to make a look like a turtle eats a piece of candy.
Yeah.
Even with CGI, so
He also does it to that broken robot he fixed.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
He gives that life or whatever.
Well, he just fixed that one.
Yeah, I don't think he gives that one able to talk.
He didn't, because it's
It has hands that can do sign language, doesn't need to talk.
okay. Is at this point do we cut back to the up above ground, or is it the next morning where the turtle's different?
He gives the turtle
Candy. They all go to bed.
They all go to bed, and that night, I think before that night, before they all go to sleep, they like cut to it's like him up there, and that's when he's walking down the street crying, and he goes back to the bathroom.
Oh wait, this is when he sees the guy playing
yeah,
the
there's a
guitar
guy playing
with
guitar
the
on the,
turtle.
on the street with the
Right.
turtle on it.
Yeah, there's this dude playing guitar, and he's got a turtle on his guitar, and the guy runs up, starts crying, and the dude like has to kick him off, and,
And runs away. Yeah.
and he's like, "You're weird, man." And he like runs away, and then that's when I think at that point he's already done the like Peekadon.
No. He doesn't sing the song because he hasn't
No.
written it.
No,
yet.
no. He's like, but he's
He
going after like
said-
Peekadon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Like trying to get the turtle off of his guitar.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just it's part of the guitar. It's that whole thing like Terry Pratchett novels. Like the
Yeah.
whole universe is on top of a turtle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and his guitar is like a turtle on the bottom, and then everything comes
And
up.
it has like a whale
Like-
on a turtle or a
and then
elephant
like
or
a
something.
buildings, and then
Yeah.
it goes into the guitar.
Yeah.
And
There's this really horrible joke that is about that, where the guy's like, if the whole universe, if the whole world's on a turtle, what's the turtle standing on? He's like, well, another turtle. He's
Right.
like, well, what's under the turtle?
another
It's
turtle.
just turtles all the way down.
Right.
Like, it's just a stupid fucking joke.
So that was just so they meet. Really, that guy, the guitarist, and what's the Rio?
Yeah.
Ryo.
Ryuichi.
Rio.
Ryoichi. Well, right now
Rio.
he's Ryoichi.
Yeah.
That's just so they meet and he like knows who he is. And he's a loser that is obsessed with turtles.
Mm.
Okay, we go back down underground where all the toy animal drunk homeless man people wake up.
Well, they're all sleeping.
Well, they're all sleeping. The
and-
turtle starts like moving
glowing.
his head all weird and it's
Yeah,
glowing.
yeah.
And that's when Ryoichi's like walking down the street and the song that he writes starts like playing like in his head. And he's looking at signs and it's like all the letters for that are like random words that it's in Japanese. But I'm pretty sure it's as it says the
Yeah.
lyrics of the song.
Yeah.
He's seeing those on posters and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like he writes the
Right.
song about Peekadon.
And then Peekadon changes in the subterranean world.
Yeah. Well, you don't
He gets
know
bigger.
that yet because it's
Well-
like I think it just shows him like as a turtle, like he's like moving his head all weird, like because he's using turtle magic. He doesn't make the noises yet. It's the
Not
next
yet,
day they
yeah.
see him and he's way bigger and he's a puppet all of a sudden. He now
Oh
turns into a puppet.
man. Well, yeah, that's it. They wake up and Peekadon is now a giant
He's not
Finding
that...
Nemo
Well, first
puppet.
he's like the size of
He does
the
look like a
robot.
turtle from Finding
He
Nemo.
looks like a turtle from Finding Nemo. I mean, that's what he
Yes.
looks like.
He truly does.
It does not look like a real turtle. It looks like it's supposed to be a children's toy
Yeah.
turtle.
At the first night, he's only the size of that robot.
Yeah.
Because the robot's like sitting on its back, and it's pretty much the
He's
size.
like the size of a turtle.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
he's just like a
baby
bigger
shape.
turtle.
A bigger turtle, yeah.
he like
And-
gets to be like
but he-
tortoise size.
But he can't talk, and the other toys are like, "You gave him the wrong candy, Pa. You're supposed to give him the speech candy. There's a size candy. There's a grow candy. Remember, they were like,
yeah, and he's like, no, I gave it a wish candy.
like you didn't tell us there were wish candy.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us there were other candies.
They were like, "What's a wish candy? Why
They're all
don't we
like-
get wish candies?" And dude, I think this is the whole point of the movie. Actually, is
It's about how humans are terrible. And
yeah,
they're
he's
never
like,
happy.
you can't get a wish because if I gave you a wish, then you need more and more and more.
Well,
and more
he's-
and more
he's
and
like-
more.
he-
so you just have to deal with what you're given.
Well, it's because
Right.
all the
Don't-
toys love their owners who threw them away because toys are stupid.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Except
"Yo,
for
grant your
Sulky.
owners."
Sulky was like,
Yeah.
"I don't give a fuck.
No, Saki just
Yeah.
wanted to.
I'll stay down in the garbage forever."
Yeah. He's just like, "Dude, the sewer's cool. It's awesome down here."
Also, Saki had the weirdest voice
Oh my
to
God.
body. The way he looked and the way he sounded did not work at
There
all.
were so many
I loved
shots.
it.
There were so many shots of him just going like, "Ha!"
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He just didn't work with his voice. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But so he's like, well, if you'll wish for something for your owners, and humans are greedy, they'll keep wishing for bigger and bigger wishes. Like once you get what you want something else. They're like, and you grow every time you grant a wish. So it's like, so he's like, yeah.
So, okay, so he basically gave Pikadon the power to grant all wishes that Raiwichi made.
yeah.
And he could do that to all the toys if he wanted, but he chose not to.
Yeah.
Just
he
to
didn't mean
clear
to
it
do
up
it.
for everyone
He didn't mean to
listening.
do it. Apparently, he
Right?
makes this wish candy. He makes it even though he's like, I have no intention of using this
it.
ever. I just want to make it. You know, I like it. It looks good on the shelf. Maybe it lights his sewer apartment or whatever.
So the movie kind of doesn't make all that clear what's happening with the wishes and stuff.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't really like. I just figured that
Well, he says he
Pikadon was
grew.
wishing to be bigger or
No,
something.
he said he grew
No.
because he grows it whenever he grants a wish.
Whenever
He
grants
said
a
you
wish.
get as big. They're like, how big?
Oh,
will
as
you
big
get?
as
And
the
he's
wish.
Like, as big as the wish is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, your guy must have wished for something pretty big, because he gets pretty fucking big. Before.
And there's a the
Well-
through line of the other toys like wanting their owners back.
Yeah.
That is played up really hard here.
Every time you see them, it's played up super hard.
It is really.
This movie could have probably been like maybe an hour 45 minutes with less
Dude, this could
of
have
the
been an
creepy
hour.
fucking
If
toys.
they just cut out the
Being
floating
like,
through the sewer, it would be like 10 minutes shorter. But
Yeah.
That's right. I was like, is this gonna be like Enter the Void for the rest of the movie? Just like a floating shot of a fucking turtle glued to a board. This is insane.
Oh my god.
so from here, after they talk about that, though, it's Ryuichi is then crying, walking down the street again.
And then he sees the
And
band
that
guys.
band,
No,
no,
the
they
band
drive
see
by.
them.
The guy,
They see
he's
him.
in the van with his whole band, and he's like, "That's that freak!" And they just stop the van and kidnap him and just
Put
shove
him
him
in
in
a
the van.
fucking dog
Yeah, they put a
collar.
dog collar on him.
What was their name? Retribution Q.
Revolution.
Revolution Q.
Revolution Q.
Which you said is the director's.
That's
real
the
band.
director's band. Yeah.
Amazing. So they put him in a dog collar and then drag him to like a middle of a clearing where in
Take
the
him to Yo-Yogi
in the
Park.
city, right in the park, and then they start performing with him in a dog collar, making fun of him.
Yeah, they're like, look at this freak. He's obsessed with my turtle guitar. Ah.
Isn't
Watch.
that funny?
And they show him the thing, and he starts crying and freaking out.
And everybody's like, hey.
And then he's just
Yay.
like, hey,
Like,
look,
what?
here's a guitar. Play a song, freak. Like how they
Like,
just
what?
like force him to play a
Yeah,
song.
they give him a guitar, and then
that's when he plays the Pikadon song.
and he moves everyone.
Dude, everybody.
Because his song is like Pikadon. He's talking about his turtle, but Pikadon means atomic bomb. So he's saying like,
Never forget my
yeah, he's like, I'll never
turtle.
forget you. How can I forget the atomic bomb? Like, how can I pretend I can go on with life after that? And then so the
And there's
record executives are
Who's
watching.
in the crowd?
Yeah, they're
Of like 20 people.
yeah.
She's like, you need to sign him.
Now.
She's
like,
like,
I've never
she's
been
the one
so
who puts
moved.
her like hands
Yeah.
on her face,
Yeah.
like,
Like
it's
Kevin
such a
McAllister,
beautiful-
like
yeah,
she's
it's
gonna
such
go,
a beautiful
"Ah,
song.
I'm
It's so-
all alone.
You're right.
Well, the band starts like playing with him.
Yeah, they
Like
play
after
the whole
he
song.
starts playing.
And then he just
which is-
runs away. When
Yeah.
he's done, he
He
runs
starts
away
crying,
crying.
and runs
yeah.
away.
There's a lot
Right.
of crying and running.
Mm-hmm.
and seeing
Now where are
Pikadon.
we?
So he runs away, but then he goes to work. That's when his desk is covered, has material stickers.
Yes.
Because that was like on his lunch break. He's like on his lunch break when he gets kidnapped and made to like play a song.
Doesn't the lady
Okay.
like visit him at work?
Then he's at
Eventually.
work, and they're like, "Someone's
No,
here to
that's
see
not-
you." It's like the next day, and they're like, "Someone's here to see you," and it's the woman, the record executive woman. I'm sorry,
It's fine.
Wait. Okay.
the record executive woman is at his work. She's like, "Oh, your song was so amazing. I saw him play," and everyone at his work is like, "What? He sang a song? Like what the hell?" So she's like, "You need to come with me," and he goes to the record the record label, Japan Records.
Japan Records. Right, and then he sings the song in the studio.
No, first
For
they
them,
just signed. We're
right?
like, sign here, and he's just
Oh, they
like,
signed
I'm not
before-
going to read this. I'll just sign to this
They
contract.
listened to him play once in the
Yeah.
park, and he signed
Yeah, they
it.
don't even make him play
I guess
it again.
it's a wish, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And
magic.
They're singing the song to him. They're all like, "Peak of dawn, will not forget you," whatever. And then the woman is like, "Love and peace," and then he's like, "Oh, you should change that." So they change the song from Peak of Dawn, which is like she loved the song because it's this
Because it was a
anti-war
ba-
song,
right,
And then they
then-
change it to sing "Love and Peace" to make it, this goddamn consumerism. They gotta just like make it friendly for sell 1 billion copies.
I guess, man. I don't know if
That's-
it's
I think
clear.
that's
Money
part
is
of
the
the
real
message.
villain
Yeah,
of
it
this
is.
movie.
Sort of. It's
Sort
part
of,
of the
man.
message.
It's
Yeah.
both.
I
Yeah,
don't know, though.
They don't want people to forget Nagasaki. They want that
Yeah.
to be like relevant still. That's obvious at the beginning, but then it changes to this consumerism message and greed. It's like an anti-greed movie too.
that's why I said it's kind of like an anti-Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's
No,
anti-commercial.
it doesn't like Christmas.
I guess.
We'll get to it. Dude, it hates Santa Claus.
Yes. Okay, we
Well, it's good when people
This
are always like,
universe
"What does
hates
Santa do
Santa
the rest
Claus.
of the year?" You're like, "He's
Shut
getting
up.
drunk in his
Shut up.
Sorry.
Shut up, Kurt. But the movie hates Santa.
He's hanging out with elves at the
Where
North Pole."
are we
sorry.
at now? We're back down in the sewer,
In the
right?
sewer.
No. So this is when they're talking about it, like change it to love and peace. They're like,
And
you
he's
know,
like,
like
I'm gonna have to
put your
sleep
cell
on
phone,
it.
like quit your job or whatever.
Well, he's like, I'm gonna have
he's
to
gonna
think
sleep on
about
it.
it.
And he's like, I'm gonna go home. They're like, nope, we recreated your
Oh,
apartment
yeah,
already.
No, he opens
But
the
no,
door
I-
and his whole apartment's there, and he's like, we recreated it. No, we moved it here. Actually, we recreated it.
Yeah,
and
he's
it
like,
was
we moved all
extremely
your stuff
expensive.
here. And he's like, wow, that's amazing. He's like, psych, that's actually a recreation. It was
You know what?
terribly
Matt
expensive.
might be onto something because the fact that they recreated it
Yeah.
and they didn't just bring it there means that the magic stayed in the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Because all that stuff is magic. Kurt, you've seen it twice. You should know. You look so tired, man.
He was like,
where are
would
we?
it be okay if I made a vomit break while we're recording? And I was like, dude, it's fine.
Whatever. Yeah, they show him his apartment is in the recording
Yeah.
studio.
And so he
Well,
still
it's not
sleeps
the
under
studio,
his
it's
it's
table.
his
like
new
a new
apartment
apartment.
that
Yeah.
the studio bought
Bought
him.
for him, yeah.
And I
Right.
like how he has like a real apartment with multiple rooms and stuff, and he still sleeps under the table in his recreated old
Right.
apartment.
Right. And
So at this point, yeah, then it shows them like recording the song and
Well,
stuff.
no, he
the
tries
song
to
has
go to work.
go-
His work calls him saying you're late, and I think doesn't he brush off to work at first?
Oh yeah, the work calls and says you're late, and that's when he looks at the sun, and it's like
oh yeah, never mind. He just hangs up the phone.
blasting,
Yeah,
and he just like drops the phone on the ground. Is like,
this is my new life.
yeah.
life is a whole new thing.
So yeah, they
Right.
record the song,
That's when they record.
and then he
the
has like a
song.
show. Oh, and he runs up and he's like, "I'm playing a show," and he brings tickets to all the people at his work. And he's not
they're
wearing
like, "Well,
glasses
you're a
anymore. He's
nerd."
all like, "I got a leather jacket now. I'm cool."
They're like,
Fuck
what is
all
it
y'all."
at a turtle store?
Yeah. They're like, "Is it at a
Something-
pet store?"
A pet store.
Pet
playing at a
store.
pet
You're
store?
right. Because they don't believe he's cool yet.
Yeah. They don't know, dude.
They don't know. They don't know
I
what's
mean,
about
is
to
he
happen.
cool though? He's a fucking douchebag. We'll get to it.
His storyline is it's so overshadowed by the other one. After all that, after you
Yeah.
see
I
those
told you this is
nightmare
Picadon's
puppets,
journey.
it's like, well,
Whatever, dude.
the homeless dude.
So once his song's on the radio, that's when it goes back to the sewer because the robot's like playing the song.
Yeah,
and the
all
turtle
of the they all,
hears it.
yeah, they all sing.
It's
They're like,
so
check out this
popular,
awesome
they
song,
know
Love
it.
and Peace. Yeah.
yeah,
And and then Pa shows up and is like, I have a feeling your owner wrote that song for you.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what?
yeah, he knows that who the owner of Picadon was.
Apparently.
He knows where all that. Where
You
all
can
that-
just tell from the lyrics. He's like, this song is
There
definitely
was some
about a turtle.
dialogue too in this area in the movie where he was saying like, you guys can't all go back to your owners. You can't be new again.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was saying like, if I let everyone be new again, then there would never be anything. Then there would never be anything actually new. Like you can't just reuse all these toys and pets.
I didn't quite get what was going on.
Well, it's a
with
Christmas
that.
movie. You have to
I
talk
don't
about
either.
our
I'm
own
just
mortality.
saying that
in
it happened.
It did happen.
There was a lot of him like telling the toys they can't get what they
Yeah,
want.
because they were like, "Why can't we just go back to the house?"
It's weird because the message is like the toys are like the consumers of Christmas somehow. It was weird how they made the message like the toys are the ones that want like the greed of the commercialism of Christmas to happen. You know what I mean? They wanted their wishes to come true. And he was like, no. And we find out who he is, and you're like, what? Huh?
Well, the toys, the toys are like in denial, man, about like being discarded,
Well,
except for Sulky.
And then later they're all talking about it, and like the dog's like, "I'm not a puppy anymore. I can't go home. They
he's
won't
like,
love
"I'm
me because no
old."
one likes fucking dogs."
Dude,
People only like
somebody
puppies.
threw a puppy in a sewer.
and a parrot.
Yeah,
threw a parrot.
God damn it!
It was like a full-blown collie.
Yeah, like a huge fucking dog,
Like
man.
Lassie.
Well, no, but I feel like that was a puppy when it got thrown away, which is like, who throws away the puppy?
Maybe that's common. Man, I hope that is not common in Japan.
I don't know. It's Japan. All of their animals wear clothes and stuff. When you see someone with like a dog on the train in Japan, the dog's wearing like a pantsuit and shit. I'm not even kidding. I saw a dog wearing pants in Japan. He was on its back legs, not side legs. Just to
Wearing
clarify
pants.
for the internet.
Yeah.
Maybe it's common. Whatever.
Wow.
So they can't go back, and they're all singing the song, and then Picadon gets bigger, doesn't he?
I think he gets bigger at this point, or at the end of that scene, or
Well,
when they go to bed, or something.
Like
He's
I said
like-
during this, I don't know how we're gonna recall half of this stuff.
He's
I
in his-
remember the ending.
No, he gets bigger
Yeah.
again because he's in his apartment and Picadon shows up to him.
Well, that's why
Picadon
he
leaves
gets
the
bigger,
sewer.
and then Picadon sings a song, and then he's like, "I'm out." Like dips. He rides a fucking like a mattress or something down the river back up away from the thing.
He goes into the dude's apartment and he's like, Ryochi's like, holy shit, it's Picadon, it's my turtle, but you're huge now. And then the turtle starts singing a new melody to him. Yeah, the
During
turtle's
a-
voice is like,
Jesus God, the turtle
Wait,
at this point
are we
is
skipping something?
bonkers.
Because
Are we?
when he approaches him, we're talking about when he approaches him during the press conference, right?
No. This is when
he comes into his apartment and teaches him his second
right,
song.
okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
The like, we'll be brothers
God.
forever song.
Yeah, where
Right,
he knocks
right.
over magazines and it spells out the words.
The words,
Yeah.
to
okay.
the song because
yes.
he still can't speak because he
Right.
just goes. God.
Every
It's
time that
nuts.
turtle makes that noise, I laugh. It's great.
It's like
it's
this
so annoying.
giant-eyed, it's like wall-eyed turtle.
Yeah.
Going like.
And his eyes are just like constantly like moving in a circle. It's weird.
It looks like
It's hilarious.
you know what it looks like if you went to like a children's like park. If you lifted the turtle's back off, it would be a sandbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
does
looks
look
like
Sandbox
that.
turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a toy, a giant toy.
But so I think before that, the girl he liked though like comes over to his
No, she
apartment
shows
and they
up
hang
right
out.
there.
No, but they already
Oh.
hung out and they drink like champagne at his
You're
apartment.
right.
He's like, look how successful
She's not
I am.
impressed either. She doesn't care about all the riff-raff around him.
I think, yeah, that's part of the
She liked him
montage.
It was probably
Before.
shitty champagne.
But she liked him before all this.
Yeah.
Apparently, yes.
Well, she's also a loser, idiot, nerd.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
What a fucking nerd. She
She has
probably
a
had
cool
all these
Rat Fink
concerts
shirt.
no one
Yeah.
showed up to.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
never
she
only,
only threw 2
three.
concerts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
only
yeah.
2. Even more of a
That's
fucking
why
nerd.
she loves him because he's even cooler than her.
Yeah.
He got the 3.
He got the 3. What
What the fuck?
the hell? What the hell
Oh, yeah,
happened?
he floats to his house. He comes in, he teaches him a song. The woman shows up, and he tries to hide it from her by saying it's like a toy.
Yeah, she's like, that's your turtle. That's your turtle from
before,
work,
but it's
isn't it?
just big now. And he's like, no, that's crazy. And she's like, it's cool.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
tries to
just
say
like,
it's a
you know,
robot.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, she's totally fine with this.
You know what? You leave.
That's
Yeah,
why.
get the fuck
That's
out of
why
here,
he's
lady.
like, you don't think it's crazy I have a giant turtle here? You're insane. I don't want to be around you anymore.
Goodbye. I don't know what
This
your
is
life is.
verifiably insane. The thing that I'm doing.
That's actually a good point. You're like, if this is normal to you, then get the fuck out of
Outta
here.
here.
Like, I'm barely
Yeah.
able to handle
It'll-
what's happening. I got giant animals all over the motherfucker place.
But so the turtle writes a new song and tells him, and then they show him playing a concert again, and he's just like, "Here's a new song," and he just plays it. Just like
By
acoustic
himself.
guitar, and his band's all mad, like, we're anti-establishment, cool punk rockers. I'm
How
wearing a
dare you
Sam
do
Haines
solo?
shirt. Like,
Remember? He gets one mad
they're
about
like,
Yeah.
going on with the
solo.
solo, and he's just like, we don't do ballads. We're anti-establishment.
rock and roll.
But not any, but the producer loves everything that Rio's doing.
Yeah,
Wild
this
Rio.
is when
now
we-
he's Wild Rio.
Oh, yeah, his name's Wild Rio. Yeah, because the people's names of the band are like,
Dead?
Ken, Dead, like, Zip
Surf.
Zap.
Yeah, it was just like words.
No, like Jade, I thought.
yeah, one
Yeah.
was dead though. One was
Yeah,
named
one was called
dead.
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 I love that as a nickname. My name's Dead.
But this is when Wild Rio becomes like a total dickbag. Because he's
Yeah.
like, you're nothing. I brought all these people, and like pulls the curtain away to all the cheering people and was like, we're doing an encore whether you want to or not. And,
Yeah.
like, runs back on stage and gets everybody to cheer.
Right.
And he's acting like a dick.
It's going to his head.
Yeah.
Everything's getting all
Ryoichi's dead. Long live Wild Rio.
Yeah.
Right. Wild Rio. And then that's when Picadon returns. He's back in the sewer, right?
Yeah, he goes back to the sewer.
Because he still grows one more time, right?
He grows a couple times. He keeps
But I mean,
getting,
outside of the end.
yeah. But I feel like he's getting progressively a little bit bigger all these times.
Yeah. Fuck if I know, man. He's definitely, I mean, he's the size of that huge box thing the next time he leaves. So, like,
Damn it!
he
son
has
of
to
a
get
bitch.
big. Yeah.
Bunch of boxes sewn together to make
Yeah.
a bigger box.
Is that where we are though?
No,
No.
not there yet. I don't think.
Such a
'cause we're-
long.
There's still there's a
God.
bunch
This
of.
is a 2-hour movie. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
there's some scenes. There's some scenes in the sewer again, and that's when all the toys start being like
We got to get back
I'm
to our
not happy.
people.
We want to get to our people, and the bum guy who gave him
the drunk bum.
yeah, the
that
drunk
fixes
they
homeless
his-
start
guy.
breaking into
He's just
his
like, you know
liquor.
what? Yeah,
Yeah, they
oh,
drank
yeah.
They start
liquor.
drinking his liquor.
The robot drinks his liquor and
PC
gets broken.
3000 drinks all of his liquor and gets broken. Yeah.
I think,
Why is that a
I
through
think,
line?
I
Like,
think
him
Suntory
being
whiskey
a drunk
like
and them stealing his liquor.
I don't know. He once at some point
Well,
he
'cause
goes, "I
then-
need a glass of water," and he just is drinking alcohol again. And I'm like, "You're trying to fix this robot, man. Chill out." Like,
I think that the whiskey company must have like paid part of this movie because they like focus on the whiskey a lot,
Yeah.
mm.
and it's like an actual brand of whiskey, so it's like I
And
think that-
everyone wants to drink
yeah.
in that sewer. They're all
I
like,
think that's the ultimate Christmas story.
Sorry, it's
Get
everyone should
drunk.
get
We gotta
drunk
get
all the
fucking
time.
Drunk.
okay.
We've got to
Get
get
turned.
drunk.
So he fixes PC 3000 after he gets.
But this is
drunk.
when all the toys are like, we want to be with our owners again. We want to,
Yeah,
like,
and that's
we
when
want
he
to
says
leave.
you can't.
And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I like made you guys live here with me. At the end of the year, you guys can all like, I'm gonna make all your wishes come true. He's like, I'm gonna grant all your wishes
Yeah.
by the end of the year.
He's like, "I'm gonna
He
find
gives
you
in.
all a new home."
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna get.
I think
you
he
back
specifically
or
just says,
something.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna grant all your wishes at the end of the year. He says
Yeah.
that.
Right. But still, there's no sign of anything.
And then
yeah, we
he
don't.
says that he gets drunk, falls
I
asleep
honestly
again.
did not see anything coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know what, like even the toys and you know what I mean. Like it didn't.
I didn't know.
I mean, you guys knew it was Christmas movie because I told you the first time I
But
saw
even
it.
then
when
I
I
was
was
like-
like, what the fuck? This is
Yeah.
a Christmas movie? Because like it's an hour and a half into the movie.
Yeah.
It's bonkers. I mean, I would not have picked up on it at this point.
So, to
had
continue
Kurt
on
No,
with the
said
story,
as
it.
far
though-
as I was concerned, it's just a homeless man living in a sewer that
Yeah.
has some
He fixes
semblance
toys
of
and gets
magic.
drunk as fuck.
He's got candy.
all
I just
day.
assumed he was seeing it all because he's drunk as fuck. You know?
yeah,
actually-
it's not real.
Yeah, it's
Oh
not
my
real.
God.
He's just drinking his mashed liquor and going insane, you know?
And
Yeah,
Jemima's
but-
country style
Picadon
magic
goes back
liquor.
to
Right.
him.
What's he
Picadon.
swatting at?
Right, exactly. Right. He's making his candy,
Yeah.
but it's actually just like sludge. You know,
he's
it's-
like he's cooking crystal meth or
Yeah,
something, probably.
I
get
think-
Pa's candy.
Is this when he comes back and he like lowers a gate and like locks shit and he's like, "This
Yeah,
is
he goes
not to
down-
keep you from leaving. It's to keep you safe."
Well, they show like
Yes.
Wild Rio getting more famous. He's singing the other
Mhm.
song. They show it, like playing on the street and stuff. The new song is like super famous, and then they show that it's like that's when all of a sudden like you see that it's Christmas time. You don't realize until it's a Christmas movie, but also in its Christmas time.
Oh yeah, because it's him drunk in front of the Santa
The
Claus.
old guy,
who's
goes
selling,
and he's like,
toys.
"You're Santa. You're just gonna throw these toys away, you jerks!" And like the guys, it's just like these old like salary men in Santa costumes going like, "Bargains, bargains, buy them while they're on sale." And they're like, "Get away from our toys, old man. You're drunk."
I can't.
And he's just
I'm
like,
gonna have to
"Ha!
save all these toys.
You're Santa
Even
Claus.
then-
You're just gonna throw it away, you assholes."
If you said nothing, even then I would never been like, now it's a Christmas movie. It didn't, you know what I mean? It's just like Christmas happened. Sure, but,
But what does that have to do with this
anything
rock
that's
star
going
guy
on?
or
Yeah.
a turtle that's
Or a
growing? I mean, yeah, it's fucking
It's so
crazy,
hard to
man.
talk.
And then after that, he gets drunk, yells at the guy in the Santa costume, goes back in the sewer, and that's when he locks it and is
Yeah.
like, "I'm doing this for you guys. It's cold outside now. It's warm down here. I
And
want to
that's
make sure you
when
guys can't go
the
out."
three main toys plus, which is
It's
Maria the doll,
Sulky, Maria,
Sulky.
PC-3000, and Picadon the turtle. Sew a bunch of boxes together to make a giant box. Because like we
It's
can't.
so good.
it's the size of a refrigerator box made up of other boxes.
Yeah.
It looks so conspicuous.
And it's kind of like two scenes are going on at the same time here because that's when he goes and he plays at that place he's saying when he played O-Nest when he does the thing. He's playing at that club. And he's playing that club with like he has like a choir behind him singing Love and Peace.
It looks like a religious ceremony.
Yeah.
It looks weird.
And he goes out and sings. And while that's going on, they sew all those boxes together. The drunk guy in the sewer passes out. So they sew a bunch of boxes together because no one can be too conspicuous with a giant turtle and toys are walking around. But a bunch of boxes sewn together as a giant box
just
walking down the
moving
street.
down the middle of the
It takes up
street.
the whole street, man.
It's so big. People don't really
God.
look at it though. They're like,
not at first. Which
you know
is
what? I
nuts.
believe that though because of Jackass.
Oh yeah.
Remember in Jackass when they're all in the panda costumes and like barely anyone even looks at them?
Well, it's Tokyo. Everyone's like, I got shit to do.
Yeah,
I'm
they
going
got-
about
I
my
don't
day.
care about this.
I don't care. They're probably shooting
It's
a
like when
stupid
you guys-
TV show.
It's like a long time ago when you guys were in the Asian Mart in the Kool-Aid Man costume and
nobody gave a
barely
fuck.
anyone gave
Dude,
a fuck.
Nobody gave.
They're
one
right.
fuck
It's so
about that.
I could believe a box made of boxes going down the middle of the street without any. What am I doing?
Even later on, when the box falls off, people are
takes
just
a
like,
minute.
"Look, a talking cat," and they laugh at it and then walk away.
Yeah, they're just like, it's cool. I'm cool
And
with
it's
it.
a talking cat, as in like it is a stuffed cat.
Dude, think about
toy.
that.
It's like a teddy
That-
bear cat that
that-
walks around and talks, and they're like, "Hey, look." Well, I was thinking it's Japan. They're just like, "Yeah, there's robot toys
But it's
walking
not like
everywhere."
a cat, like an animal
Yeah.
talking. It is a sentient stuffed cat.
Yeah,
which
it's-
is way more amazing to see.
I just don't know. I don't know what this world was like though, because like that woman was like, "Ooh, a giant turtle. I don't give a fuck." Cat, ha ha ha! It's talking. Whatever.
They split up the
Like,
box like
Remember
falls
when
off.
They're like they're looking in the window. And you were like, they're just walking around.
yeah, he was like a stroll now. Come on! All right, we're not there yet though.
No, we're not.
Oh,
So
they're-
the box like falls apart.
Well, no, they stop walking for a second because they
someone,
gotta
like, knocks
consult
the
like
box
a map
over.
on the
Yeah.
inside,
So-
and somebody flips the box over, and they're like, "Oh God, we shouldn't have stopped." And that's when people are like, "What the fuck is this?"
So they split up. It's like PC
I did
3000.
not
You take
understand.
Maria home. Like
Yeah.
Sulky.
They quit just
Sulky.
instantly. They're like, "Get her
we're gonna
home."
go to the concert because they're trying to go to
Dude,
the
them
concert.
jumping off of the turtle was fucking awesome.
I'm
It was
tell-
just toys falling off of something. It was so cool.
Maria walking. It's like the doll's she's on a dolly that's moving forward, but her legs are like going right left, but it has nothing to do with the movement of her forward. It's awesome.
It's God.
It looks
She's like
so
moonwalking
weird.
forward.
I'm happy
like-
it's not CGI. It's awesome looking.
Yeah, it's really
so
fucking
scary.
crazy.
Yeah, she kind of looks like she's just gonna turn her head slowly at you and be like, "I'm gonna murder
Yeah.
you."
I want to
like,
taste your skin.
Yeah.
It's like she just looks scary.
She
as
is a
fuck.
fucking creepy doll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because then, because Sulky and Picadon
keep going.
They're like, we're gonna go to the concert. PC 3000.
PC 3000. And he's not like a computer. He's like a 1950s like
Robot.
looking robot.
Wind up robot.
Yeah, he
it's-
doesn't. You think PC 3000? It sounds like he's a modern day like Robbie
Yeah.
the Robot or something. Nope. He has a flashlight.
They're like, PC 3000, take Maria back home. We're gonna go to the concert. So they split off, and Maria like sees her old owner though, They're going back to the concert.
Well,
Maria
no,
sees.
while they were in the box, she was like, "That's the store I came from."
Yeah.
That's
And-
what. Yeah, because she eventually walks up. We'll get to that.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Because Salky, that's when Salky and Picadon, they get to the concert,
to
they're
the
looking
concert.
around the corner, and then Picadon realizes he has to confront Wild Rio.
Well, hold
Well,
on. Before
Wild
that,
Rio
during
breaks
the
up his band on
concert,
stage.
yeah.
He's like, "This is
Right,
Revolution Q's last show."
Or he's like, "We will disband," and like everybody freaks the fuck out, but he keeps dancing and
Yeah.
the choir keeps singing. I thought that was awesome.
And
like,
the
the
band
band
is all like,
stopped playing,
"Wait,
the audience
what?"
stopped cheering, and he's
Yeah.
just like,
And the band like looks over to the record exec like, "Is this okay?" And he's just like, "Just go with it, man.
Just
Cool."
go with it. Just go with it.
And then they get off stage and they all are like, "What the hell are you doing, man?" And the guy's just like, "Whatever. You need to leave him alone. He has to make a press conference right now." You know.
They don't care about the band whatsoever.
Yeah.
The band is basically useless.
mm-hmm.
And
So he makes
that's when Picadon confronts him.
Well, he starts just doing a normal press conference, just being like, "Yeah, man, I'm a real rock and roller. I'm cool. I got to be on my own."
I can't be on a major.
And then
label with a
Picadon just
band like
walks up.
this.
Everyone's like, "Holy shit, a giant cartoon turtle just walked up."
And now, God, man, this scene.
It's so
And he's just
fucking
like,
weird.
"Oh, I
Like,
called."
I like that we're complaining that people like were bothered by them walking around the street when this happens.
I know he just.
This is even more what?
he just it's a press conference. Everyone keeps taking pictures of the turtle stuff, and he's just like, "Oh, I called this turtle here telepathically."
Yeah.
And
And
you know
my
what-
next song is about the environment.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna now. He's like, "I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about the environment now. My new next song's about the environment. I'm telepathically sending it to the turtle right now.
Jesus
He's gonna
Christ.
sing it, and then the turtle starts singing.
and the audience buys it so hard.
They're just like, "This is incredible."
You know,
You're
if
like,
I was
"What
sitting
the
around,
fuck?"
a giant turtle like that walked up, and someone's like, "Yeah, I telepathically call it turtle." I'm like, "Makes as much sense as that turtle walking up right now."
Well, at this point, he's big enough where it does look like a human.
It's a human in a
giant,
costume, yeah,
like
with like a
plastic
puppet
turtle.
head, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing does not sound good when it sings.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, it sounds terrible when it sings.
and they're all so into it.
That's why I like that Brotherhood song, because it had that high ass note in it.
Oh, yeah.
That it gets held out. So he's doing his normal like, and then it was just one that was like, for like a while. I was like, Jesus.
That actually sounds exactly like the noise he makes. The way you just scream sounds just like him.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
So he basically sells it to the crowd as like, this is my new
He's like,
band.
we are Love and Peace.
Yeah, we're
He's
Love-
love.
the
and
turtles love on
Peace.
peace, yeah, because his hit song
See,
was Love
the
and
But
movie-
Peace.
he's also a piece of music. He made a piece of music because that's where he
I
worked.
never put that together. That it's piece of music is the company.
How many moral lessons and like symbology can you have in a movie?
I think this movie put it to the test.
Yeah,
There's
like
too
every
much.
moment, I'm like, wait, I
It's
thought I had
just
a like.
insane and stupid, but
Well-
I guess it's super important.
You know
what
what?
the fuck?
You know how I told you when I saw this movie? When I saw this movie the first time, I saw it was like all day I just watched this guy's movies. And one was a documentary about him. The thing about him is like, I
love
told
that
you.
what was about.
Yeah, no, he didn't make that. That was,
Okay,
they should, that was, yeah.
okay. I
Someone
thought
else
he
made.
it.
Actually, you know what? I think he was part of
Dude,
making
if he
it. I think you're
directed
right,
a documentary
yeah. About himself. It's like a year in the life of Sion Sono. And so like he's drunk all the time. He actually makes a really
Amazing.
great speech. He made me want to paint. He makes a great speech about like making art. You would probably actually really like.
I'm not
like,
doubting I would.
Yeah,
This is an amazing movie.
But he's drunk
This is-
all the time.
Trying to talk about it is insane.
And like he's definitely like he's the kind of guy who's like shit faced when he's writing his movies. And like that's why he's just like he's so heavy fisted with
Dude,
everything.
is he the
yeah.
old man in?
No.
You know what?
No,
that makes so
but no, I'm
much
saying,
sense.
is the
Oh,
old man in the
he's-
sewer like based on himself?
Could be. I would believe it.
He's a
Dude.
drunk, crazy man that's creating
Knowing that
stuff.
this was written drunk, all the scenes of the toys make so much more sense now because of how like simplistic their dialogue is. He's like, "Oh, there's just fucking toys. I want my people. Where like, oh my god." All right,
But so,
where are we though?
No, then he goes and beats up his band. His band's all like, "You asshole, you used us," and then he smacks everyone in the band except for the girl
Yep.
who plays
he
keyboards.
doesn't really smack as much as he pushes
Pushes their
No,
face
he pushes
down.
me straight up, smacks him on the head. He smacks all of them, like not in the face, but like
the
in the
third
head.
one, he just kind of pushed by the
Okay.
face.
Yeah,
Then he just like looks at like the girl, like, "I could smack you, but I'm not gonna."
right.
And then he's just like,
I
"I'll-"
might be a dick, but I'm a progressive douche.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, for Japan, him not hitting the woman's still like a good step.
Probably
That's
good.
a step in the right direction.
They're fine with talking sentient telepathic
Yeah.
turtles. They haven't really gotten up to sexual politics yet. Oh, it's been an hour. We got to get through it. We're almost there, though.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Like, this is near the end of the movie,
So
right?
he tells his band, like, yes, you can still be in my band, but
You
it's
can
now
be my
Wild
band,
Rio,
but
yeah.
it's just called me.
And they're all like, thank you, and crying. Everyone cries in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of crying.
There's a lot of crying.
Oh, and then the
Also-
girl tries to go to his house, and
Well,
after the
hold on.
party, he's like, I
When-
don't want to see her. I got these fucking sexy Japanese ladies around me all the time.
When do we see the turtle again? Because they have the press conference.
Oh, and then
because that's when
yeah.
science takes
Yeah,
the turtle
Then
away.
they take the turtle and go to like an,
Science,
An underground lab.
Science stole that turtle.
yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
I don't even know where that was.
I mean, in some
When
kind
I-
of weird temple.
when
We'll
I-
find out later.
When I told you guys it was just gonna turn into like when I told you it was just gonna turn into like a torture porn movie about them
Yeah.
dissecting a turtle, you guys probably believed me, didn't you? Because it seems like that could happen. Like
I
now they're
thought you were
dissecting a turtle.
grossly
wrap.
exaggerating, but then they jammed a giant syringe into
Into
his
his
brain.
brain.
And I was like, what the fuck happened to this movie? They named it
Merry
Love. Everybody
Christmas!
loved it, and now they're jamming
Because
needles in
science
his
is
brain.
the enemy of love.
It may be, I guess so. I mean,
They don't believe in magic. They believe in science.
we'll get
We'll
to
get
that.
to that.
God damn it.
But a bunch of scientists take the
yeah, they
turtle
like
away. I
strap
don't know
him to
why.
a table. And
It was like
Shove him to the table, and they're gonna like and then one.
it's weird because he's famous and he just said this is my partner, and then these scientists just take this. Well, we're gonna take this thing and just experiment on it.
yeah, do stuff.
And then the turtle starts freaking out because he sees the same pills, the same like Imodium AD pills that were his treasure, and he starts freaking out because he's like, that scientist is stealing my owner's precious treasure.
That's when the turtle realizes that everything's bullshit because he told him that was his greatest treasure, and that guy just eats one and he freaks out.
That's
and
when the
then no one
turtle
cares.
becomes fucking woke.
Yeah, dude.
The turtle gets what's happening. Yeah.
He's just like,
We
what?
skipped something.
Dude,
didn't
there's
we?
so many levels of bullshit
then-
symbolism in this film is
The
awesome.
amount of symbolism
That-
is over. I've never seen a movie with this much.
That's
It's not
when
like every
Malick
scene.
ain't done shit. Alright?
Like, let's name a turtle Love and then have science experiment
This
on
is-
it. Like, what the fuck are you trying to say to me? And it's Christmas? What? What the
So-
meaning is?
and then it's not Christmas yet. It's like the day before Christmas
Yeah.
because his
Dude,
big
it's so
concert is
much.
on Christmas Day. His big concert at Nippon Stadium is on Christmas
Day.
Christmas Day.
God.
And so it's like the day
Bullshit.
before Christmas. The girl calls him and he's all just like, "Did you even like me before I was a rock star? Fuck you." She's like, "Yeah, I did." And then
You know, you made fun of me, and he hangs up on her.
yeah, he hangs up on her and like throws like the phone into like the river or something.
Probably who cares.
And then then it goes back to the sewer, and the old man's in like a Santa costume with like a shitty Santa beard, like a
Yeah.
shitty
It
Santa
looks
costume.
decidedly fake.
Yeah, and he's like,
dressing a Christmas tree.
yeah, and
or
all
like,
the toys are like, you said by the end of the year we get our wishes. You fucking suck,
How
old
much
man.
time has passed?
I know, no idea.
I feel like they
had
were
to have been,
implying
like-
months had passed.
Years.
No, it's not years.
No, it has to be years because I mean they had to build that stadium wasn't
Being
built
built.
yet.
That
I think
stadium was
it's
being
supposed to be they're
built.
talking about the stadium's like almost done when they're talking about it on the news.
Okay.
But
I would say it's like over the course of a year. Like,
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be a couple months because like
No, but they have to like because he's like the end of the year. You know, you're gonna get your wishes,
Yeah.
and they start falling apart. So it's got to be like over a year, at least 6 months.
But that's when he's trying to have his Christmas
6
party,
months minimum.
and they're all like, "You suck, old man. You said you were gonna grant our wish. The year's almost over. You're not granting us our fucking wishes. You lied to us." And all
still
the toys-
down here.
It's
all
like,
the
you know what? You're right. I'm gonna go make you a treat.
He's like, "I'm gonna go make you a special Christmas drink," and all the toys are like,
Christmas
"Dude, he
drink.
bullshitted us. He plays for chumps. He's not." And then
But then
Sulky's like, "Dude, he fixed us. Like he's doing his best. Let's just pretend to have fun. Let's be nice for once." So when he comes back, he
but
puts
while
magic
he's away,
candy.
he's been putting he puts like
Magic candy
in
in all
every
the
glass.
drinks, And then he comes back and they're all like, we're having a Christmas party. They're like sock monkeys like hanging from the lights and shit.
That sock monkey's legs.
Dude, yeah.
They weren't supporting any weight.
Noodles.
But so they're all having fun and he's like, yeah, and he gives them all like there's like milk for the animals and stuff, but he put the magic things in all of them. And he's all happy and he's fixing the
Dude,
tree.
this scene is fucked.
And then
It was great because Matt, you guessed.
I jokingly guessed what was going
What
on.
did he just like get? Was it Jonestown?
Yeah,
He just gave him all
Jonestown.
Kool-Aid?
Because, yeah, they're all like freaking out, having fun, drinking this juice, and
Then all
he's
of a
like
sudden it's
decorating a tree, and then all of a sudden it's silent. I was like, did he murder all of them? And then, sure enough, it cuts away, they're all fucking unconscious on the ground, and all the lights are out.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus! This drunk guy killed him!
It lets you think for like 20 minutes he just killed he made fucking
It's it.
cyanide juice for all of his fucking
Yeah.
toys
At this point,
and
too,
killed
in the
him.
movie, it should be noted we have no clue what's happening here. We don't know who this guy is, where his magic comes from.
Dude, thank God the turtle got out of there.
Yeah, well, now he's stuck in a science lab.
Well, yeah, I guess it's no
being
much
tortured.
better. Fuck.
And PC-3000 came
Merry
back where
Christmas.
Maria never did. She's lying in a fucking gutter next to a dumpster.
Dude, that's what I wanted to talk about. That doll is psychotic because she stood in front of that store for like weeks,
Yeah,
staring at better dolls than her.
yeah. It's crazy.
Not good.
You've
not
never
good.
just gone and stared at models being like, I'll never be as good as those people. For weeks at a time, I do that all the
No.
time.
You don't go to stare at the hospital where you were born. Just be like, there's so many babies in there that could be better than me.
I should kill all of them as they come out.
And eat them so I gain their power.
These babies are going to be smarter than me in like 5 years. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Take them out before then.
That's just psychotic though, because that's when I was like, they can just walk around because she stood on the street
Yeah.
for weeks. And did no one say anything? The shop owner didn't going in every morning and be like, what the fuck is going on?
People in Japan got stuff to do.
They don't look down, I guess.
No.
No time.
And if they see something like that, they assume it's being controlled by a human.
Look,
Look at
everyone
that
in Japan
robot.
makes 15
Ah.
movies a year. That's how this
Yeah.
happens. They're all constantly working on movies like this all the time.
This is like one of a
But so-
tetralogy or something.
So he walks up, and you only see like she's like in the trash, and you only see his legs at first, so it looks like it's the same Santa costume. Then when he picks her up, he's got like a real Santa beard. That's when you're like,
And the big bushy eyebrows and
yeah.
everything's
And
real.
you're like, oh, that's Santa Claus.
He's
Santa Claus.
The drunk guy in the
Also
sewer.
at the party, they're all like, "Hey, look, a reindeer's here!" And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
'cause I was like, "Why is there a reindeer
Somebody
there?"
threw a reindeer in a Japanese sewer? Like, what the fuck? That's the first thing I thought. It was like,
That's so awesome.
And that's why you're like, "Oh, that's why the reindeer was there. He's Santa. The reindeer was showing up because it's almost Christmas."
it's always Christmas.
Oh my god.
And then he brings Maria back down to the sewer, and you see that all the toys are new and in boxes, and all
And
the
he
dogs
puts her
are
in a
puppies
box.
now,
And
and
she
there's, like
turns
kittens
new.
everywhere. Yeah,
She turns bright
seals it
new.
all.
there's
wow.
little baby ducklings, which is weird because I
But
didn't
that's-
notice any fucking ducks
I
around
did,
there.
I did.
This
There
is
was
why
ducks.
this movie hates
Yeah.
Santa Claus and Christmas because he does this. You're like, okay, they're getting a second chance, but he also like the cat's like, he's like, maybe it'll work out this time. And he's like saying like, I'm gonna give you the
Yeah,
kids
but he
again.
kind of looks defeated. Like
He
this
does,
is what
because-
Santa like is now. He's just like, I hope it works out for you guys this time. I'm probably gonna be drunk in the sewer all year again because
Yep.
everyone's gonna throw you
Well,
away
he
because no
also
one believes in
wiped their
Christmas
memories.
magic anymore.
I guess so.
He
yeah.
wipes their memories and makes them anew.
Well, except Sulky says,
Sulky
You
was
know
like,
you-
I don't want.
no.
He fucks Sulky over because he's like,
I want to stay
Sulky-
here forever.
He's like, I want to stay here. I don't want to go back to my family. And he's still like, sorry, Sulky.
Gotta go back.
Fuck you.
But
You're
that's
a new
why
toy.
Sulky-
and you got to make my fucking
When
quotas.
he's about to leave, and you think
Sulky's
like, oh
the
shit,
best.
Yeah, Sulky
like,
is the best.
This is cool. When that happens,
I hope there's a sequel that's just
I
a
hope there's
Sulky
a
story.
Sulky. You could buy Sulky as a puppet.
Sulky gets the last line on Santa Claus and fucked his whole life up.
No, but Santa
Like,
that's Santa Claus
smacked the table
imagining
and
it.
broke
It's like
the mic.
it's like Santa Claus learning a lesson from Sulky, but it's too late. He already remade Sulky.
Yeah. Well, Sulky's like, we're all just gonna be back here next year,
Yeah.
and that's why he drinks all year, and that's why they hate Santa Claus, because that's what they think of him. That he's some
He's
guy.
some crazy
who's-
drunk ass.
He's like basically the crying Indian on the side of the road. Instead of garbage, it's consumerism.
yeah, you're just, and it's just stuff, and that stuff gets thrown away.
Yeah.
You're just getting you pipe it back to him.
Yeah.
And there's still like 20 minutes left of the movie.
Oh,
Not to
Jesus
mention like
God.
3 other plot lines happening while this is
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Because you've got Wild Zero's plot
But who
line.
gives a
Wild
fuck
Zero?
after that almost?
Well, it's insane.
Well, the turtle shit still needs to happen.
The turtle shit's slut. Because then after we find out he's Santa Claus, we go to the science lab and they're about to
dissect him.
dissect this
There's scientists
motherfucker.
like, I'm working on my power saw to make sure I can cut into this turtle's brain and shit. And then all of a sudden Santa Claus just walks in.
And we're all just
Hey!
like, wait a minute, nobody can see him?
Yeah, and then he
that-
says to
He says they can't see me because they believe in science.
They don't believe in magic, they just can't see me.
I don't
Or
know
is it
who the
magic or is that
scientists
Christianity?
are. I don't, dude.
Ugh.
That's what I'm saying. The symbology is so
Look,
thick.
they know Godzilla is about to come any minute. They're trying to make a defense. They're trying to turn
Yeah.
that turtle into a
They
weapon.
just wanna make
There's
sure it doesn't
also
get
like
any
a
bigger.
message about nuclear power on top of all of this.
Yeah.
Like at
It's a-
every turn.
And about not forgetting the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
There's so many lessons in this movie. I don't think there is a lesson.
Kind of. I think because of the last shot, I would agree with you. I absolutely agree with you.
You know, you could probably just show this movie to kids and they don't have to go to school anymore. They'll learn everything
Yeah,
about life from
it
this
literally
movie. That's
teaches
all
you
life lessons.
Everything you need to know in one movie.
Don't dream.
But that's when then Santa gives him, he's like, I'm going to give
I
you,
mean, that's the message of this movie. Is
Don't
like just
dream.
fucking
don't dream, you're going to ruin
don't
the city.
waste anything. Don't. It's basically like don't want more than you ever need.
It's a
Because
good
if you
message
do,
for Japan
you're
because
fucked.
their economy's fucked and everyone lives in one-room apartments. So
Yeah.
they're like, don't wish for better things because you know what? Just be happy with your one-room apartment. Sleep under your table. Good. That's all you're
That's
ever going to
good.
get.
Just stay like you are. Be like
Yeah.
Stay-
That
Hikikomori.
really is the message of the movie.
All right, let's finish.
Okay.
So he grants Pekin on his last wish,
No, he gives
As-
him the speech candy. He's
Yeah.
like,
Gives
I'm
him
giving you
speech
speech candy. You
candy.
can talk now.
and that's when also Raul Rio arrives in Nippon Stadium.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
give
Well,
his big
he's getting ready
Christmas
to go to
show.
a show.
As he's
Right.
getting ready to go to
when
the
he
show.
says, because remember he said he'll get as big as the man's wish.
Right.
That's when Rio goes, he's like, I don't care about this stadium anymore. I want to go worldwide.
Worldwide.
Right.
And then
Well, then there's also that,
Pegadon starts
the
growing
American dude
bigger
walks
again.
up. He's like, hey, dude, what's up? This is the biggest promoter in America. And some guy looks like Rick Rubin with a big beard. And he's like, I'm going to make you the biggest star, man, or whatever. It's pretty
I
great.
forget what he said, but he couldn't. I didn't understand how they couldn't find a guy who looked
But
that
I also
much like
like-
an American
Okay.
that couldn't speak English.
Well, no.
He didn't sound like he said anything.
Yeah.
Or not.
What I love too is that they speak English to him. There's
Yeah.
no Ryoichi. He doesn't understand English as far as I know. Everyone is speaking Japanese the entire movie. One guy just speaks 2 sentences to him in English, and they just expect him to know what he's saying. I guess everyone in Japan knows how to say like you're going to be huge in America
Probably.
or
They
something.
probably do, honestly.
No, people don't speak it. They can write it down. They don't
Well,
speak it well.
Enough.
Anyway, he's just
Yeah.
like, I'm going worldwide. And all of a sudden, Pegadon starts growing huge, and the lab starts to fall apart. They're like about to cut into him, and he grows.
He grows out of the lab onto the street.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, he destroys that entire building.
Yeah, the entire
It
building blows
crumbles
up.
below
Under
him.
him. Just like
It turns into a fucking kaiju
He was like in the
movie.
basement, and then like he's destroyed. Yeah, he becomes a
there's
giant kaiju.
symbology between that and Ryu, wherever, getting up out of with the table on his back.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's because he's
Also,
supposed to look like a
yeah.
turtle. Yeah.
Noted, the stage in Nippon
Looks like a turtle.
is them playing on the back of a turtle.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, it's insane the
It's
amount
too
of
much.
symbology of this movie.
Yeah, it's
This-
just too
It's
much.
so much.
This
thrown
movie's
at
an
you.
onion, layer after layer,
It's,
man.
It's onionic as hell. Onionic. It's a Mike
I'm gonna
Settis
use that word.
It's a Mike
onionic.
Settis word.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I want to use
Um,
onionic all the time. Thanks, Mike Settis.
Right. So yeah, like a kaiju, he just starts running through the streets, and
Destroying buildings.
we're told through
Exploding buildings.
and we're
Apparently,
told
all the buildings in Japan are just like filled with gasoline, ready to blow up. Because if you giant
Just
turtle
nudge
bumps
them.
into them, they explode.
we're told through the newscast that
Everything has to be ready to
it's been
explode 'cause they never
evacuated
have-
since he's so slow.
Yeah.
People have not
No
died.
one's dying.
No one is
But
dying. And
There's
they're all-
also tanks shooting at it constantly.
it's not hurting him.
Doesn't care.
It just keeps walking.
Christmas movie.
Dude, those tanks are powered by science. They can't do anything
Santa
to
Claus is
That's
gone
a
at
good
this point,
point.
right?
Yeah, Santa Claus gets in his one reindeer sleigh and,
and just
leaves.
goes away.
No, I think
Right?
Santa Claus goes and gives him the candy, and then all this shit happens, and then you see him go away
Oh yeah, maybe
and
too.
sulky shit on his dreams.
Right. Okay, so here's
So the
more
turtle rampages through Tokyo, goes to Nippon Stadium.
but this is important. As while Rio is playing, it suddenly turns into a giant version of the life board that he made with at the beginning.
Like
and
the
all the
buildings
people
look
start
like
right.
That's the only
advertisements
CGI
for
in the movie.
things
There's the
that he
little
used
life
as-
cars, and that's my favorite part. The little
everybody
life
turns
car,
into life figures,
and the little
stuff
life
from the
figures
board
jump
game.
out and run away from him, and then he steps on the car and it explodes.
And then it starts cutting to actual shots of
Yeah, to see.
Picadon walking as a real turtle on
Yeah.
the little board that was made at the beginning of the movie.
Mm.
Dude, this movie's like screaming in your face, and I don't know what it's saying. It's like if a Japanese guy
That's
was
'cause
screaming the
it's-
meaning of life into my face, and I'm like,
I don't speak your language.
I don't know how to speak Japanese, God. They're like, you know, like, what? Tell me.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a really
man.
good way to put it. 'cause
It's like
that-
God screaming the answer to life.
It does
but in a-
feel like that. You're like, I get all this, except I don't, because I recognize it, but I just don't understand
Yeah, I don't
it.
understand. It's something.
Well,
put it in place.
What it's kind of like is like God took the meaning of life, put it into Google Translator into Japanese, and then translated it back to
Back.
English. So you're like, I understand the words, but it's not making any
Makes
sense the
sense.
order you're saying them to me. This is insane. Like,
So yeah, so while Rio's playing all the way up until the giant, like Godzilla-sized Picadon peeks his head over,
the stadium,
The
he crashes
stadium.
through the stadium. Yeah.
and then everyone stops,
Looks at him.
and then he starts saying all the stuff.
Well, he first sings a new melody.
Right.
Like, ah, 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 like whatever. He screams something. And then they're all like, oh, this is amazing. But then he starts speaking in English and he gives the iceberg speech.
It's in English?
Or,
No,
sorry,
he
that'd be
starts
really
speaking
weird.
at-
I'm sorry.
He just starts speaking.
He's speaking. He starts speaking
Says, I
words.
am but the tip of an iceberg.
Yeah,
You
he
cannot
does
see
the
all of
whole
me.
iceberg speech, which includes him being like, I love Yoro Casanichi or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to date. I want to date her.
I want to date her. Yeah.
I wish God please, I want to date her or whatever.
And that might be the end of this. Might be my favorite part of the movie. It's just after he says all that, he
He,
just
like-
turns into light and just
Oh yeah.
No, he becomes a normal sized turtle again. They
No,
show him like
well-
he's tiny.
yeah.
Again,
he
like,
just
just in the
but the giant
Oh,
one just
really?
looks like
Yeah.
it dissipates.
Did they?
They show like a split second just of like the tiny turtle. Yeah.
I don't think they did.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Maybe I made that up.
I don't think they
I
did.
remember him just dissipating into nothing, which I thought was hilarious. It was just like,
I think he was supposed to be the fucking confetti ball that he made.
yeah,
Oh, for
That's
the end of
part
the
of it,
speech.
yeah.
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 He's like, you made it. This is the end.
There's
of
no
your
way
wishes.
it
You
did. It
did
wasn't symbolizing something or mirroring something else that happened in the movie. It's impossible.
This movie's like revelation.
also,
from
the
Bible,
turtle-
but we just can't realize how it's supposed to be like that.
I also just like that. So the public thinks that Wild Rio controls the turtle telepathically, and that turtle just destroyed like half of
So
Tokyo.
much of the
Would they
fucking
be like,
city.
why did you tell your turtle to
to
destroy
do
the city?
that. Why
they
did the
all,
turtle get that big? Too?
And then
what
start
is
crying.
that turtle?
Why'd you start crying?
they all just stared at him, and that girl's at the concert, and everyone's like, let her through, and she goes up and looks at him, and he just like stares at her, and then staggers off stage and walks away and goes home.
He goes to his original home, which
Yeah.
is still there
The
because
magic
they
house,
made
yeah.
the replicas.
The magic house.
So he goes back to the magic house, and the turtle comes back,
The turtle shows up at the windowsill.
and he's like,
Yeah.
"My God, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry." And then it cuts to
her walking in the room, right?
She doesn't even walk to the
stepping
room.
up
she
to the door
walks
to that
up
apartment
to like the
complex.
apartment complex, and then it
And
ends.
it's her
And then it's
breathing
over.
really heavy.
Oh yeah,
And, so,
And then it ends.
I guess she ran all the way there too.
dude,
or
it's
something.
fucking insane.
It's the meaning of life. Everything that a person needs is in this. It's like super brain food. We just can't eat.
Can you, I just isolate the clips of the giant turtle destroying Tokyo while people cheered and smile and put like a Merry Christmas card frame over
Yeah.
it while it plays. That is like, that's so awesome. No, it's a Christmas movie. It is from a Christmas movie. Don't worry.
It plays that music that's in the Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, it's not the music of Quagga.
I
It
think it
sounds
is.
It
like
is.
It's not.
It
I
is.
used to have that album. It's not.
Dude.
It sounds like it. It's not the same.
Okay, they recreated it just enough differently. They didn't have to pay for the rights to the original song.
Maybe, but it's not.
It's
the
got
same
it close as
song.
fuck.
Look into it. I bet maybe I'm wrong, but I doubt it.
I hope it is. That way it adds another layer.
It sounded.
Because it's like, why do you have... Like, you know what I mean? Like, you wanted to add Clockwork Orange shit in there, too? Like, what are you trying to say, dude?
But the movie's just like don't have dreams though. It really is.
But if he
'Cause
didn't
it
have
fucked
dreams,
his
then he
whole
wouldn't.
life
If
up.
he didn't have dreams, then he wouldn't have met the girl of his dreams.
I
He
just don't
wouldn't have had
understand
her.
why she kept coming back to him because he treated her like garbage every time.
Did Santa?
No, he gave her champagne the one time.
Well, I mean, once the turn happened, he never then again treated her nicely.
Yeah.
The main character and Santa Claus never once interact
Nope.
No, absolutely not.
at all.
No, I already told you Picadon is the main character, so he interacts with Santa Claus. The turtle is the main character.
Right. Well,
This
Rio
is his
doesn't.
journey.
No, but he dies, and there's still 20 minutes of the movie
No,
left, so he's not the
he
main
doesn't
character.
die.
Well, he comes back.
He just shrinks and comes back as a normal turtle.
I don't think he's the main character, but that's fine.
It doesn't matter. It's look. I will say right now, watch this movie. It's on YouTube. There's a link I will provide. It is you gotta have your family watch it too, because everyone needs to understand whatever this is trying to say.
It's important Christmas message.
It should become a Christmas tradition that everyone
Yeah,
watches.
fuck the
Love and
Peanuts
Peace.
movie. We gotta watch Love and Peace every year. It's better than Love Actually. Like, so just watch Love and Peace. Next time you're like, hey, we should watch Love Actually. Just watch Love and Peace. It's on YouTube. It's free.
In fact, if anyone from Netflix or anything is listening to this, just replace the file of Love Actually with Love and Peace.
Don't change.
Don't change.
Don't change the
Can you
trailer.
imagine
or
people for the
anything.
first time watching it? They get to the end, they're like, Liam Neeson hasn't showed up yet. Why is that happening? What's going
2
on?
hours in, they're
Yeah,
like,
like,
man,
what?
Liam Neeson hasn't
You know what,
showed
if I
up.
I
started
guess they're all
watching,
gonna make these heavy cameos right before it's over.
if I started watching this movie on Netflix, not in a theater the first time, I probably would have made it all the way through.
Dude, it's long.
Yeah.
It is
really
long.
Well, because then I wouldn't know how ridiculous it's gonna
Yeah.
get. You kind of have to stick it in for a while for it to start
I
getting
might-
really crazy.
if I was home alone and I was really tired, I probably would have turned it off before I got to the puppets,
yeah.
which I'd be sad about.
Yeah.
You know, because at that point I was just like,
What do
well,
you think? Do you think Santa Claus, like, all right, here's my
I mean, when the
theory on
puppets
Santa
show up,
Claus.
you have to understand when you.
Santa Claus used to make toys, but now
he just recycles.
people
them.
make their own toys. So he's drunk all the time because he just
He
wants
doesn't
to
have to. He's
He,
buying.
he can't sleep. He's an immortal elf who's supposed to be making toys all year round.
Right.
So he drinks all the time just to pass out because he has nothing to do.
He makes magic candy
Except
too.
recycle.
Except try. I mean, he does
some
what he can.
toys?
Yeah, some. I mean, he's not everywhere,
The
obviously.
Japanese children want those shit ass toys. That's like a doll and stuff.
Dude, I don't know. This is my favorite version of Santa Claus I've ever seen in my
Oh
life.
my god.
He's a homeless, sewer dwelling
Drunk.
It's
Who
insane.
makes candy that brings toys the ability
powers?
to speak?
What the
or...
fuck else did he have? Did he have like?
Why would the
I
toys?
give you the gift of transmorphation.
Do
Or,
you
like,
think that
psychic
maybe there's supposed to
powers.
be a
You can
message
control
about global
people's
warming in
minds.
here, and
What?
that's why Santa has
Okay.
to live in the sewer now because the North
let me
Pole's
throw
gone
this
or
out there.
something?
Let me throw this out there.
Because of nuclear fallout or like
Okay,
water
obviously
temperatures rising from the
Yeah.
the
the
speech
Fukushima
reactor.
Daiichi.
the
yeah.
speech candy obviously isn't just speech. It gives you sentience. You know, like the
Yeah.
turtle
No.
wasn't sentient.
The toys, all toys are sentient. They can feel pain and all that stuff.
No,
They
man.
just can't let you
no,
know.
he brings them
I
sentience.
saw Toy Story.
He brings them
Alright.
sentience.
what?
What I'm
Oh
saying
my
is
God.
he has the power to make them new, but he brings them sentience for no like he could just
Is
make
it
them
sentience though?
because the turtle
He gives them the speech one, and it still only fulfills the wish. And
No,
it
but-
repeats a speech verbatim. You know, it doesn't go like
Well, that's the only thing.
Ryoichi.
that's the only thing that's the only thing he knew
our
how to say.
friendship. You know what I mean? Like
What
it
I'm
doesn't-
saying is, like, for example, the robot that was broken, that would just have stayed a pile of parts until he brought it to life with a speech pellet. And then eventually
we never
he just,
saw him give a speech.
We
pellet to
didn't
the
see him,
robot
but he
that
did.
Fixes at the beginning.
he
though.
did.
How do you know that?
Because that thing, it's all been flushed, it's garbage, and then he brings it to life again. He gives it sentience, but then then in the end of this movie, he renews it. I'm like, why not just take the garbage and just make it a new toy instead of giving them life and then taking it away from them? He gives them life and then takes it away and feels sad that he has to do such.
Man,
Yeah, I
remember
don't know
the
what the
scene where the
point
turtle
of that
cries?
You know what I mean? Is it because he's lonely?
Well, that's what I remember. I was like, "Is this limbo?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have to learn a lesson to deserve to be a toy?"
I also
again?
think maybe the Japanese have a different understanding of Santa Claus than we do. Maybe
they have.
this might not be that weird
Annual
from their
gift man.
Yeah, annual gift man might not be that different from this.
Yeah.
Maybe our understanding of Santa Claus is whacked out to them.
Like it shouldn't have been a surprise to us that
Yeah,
Santa
like,
Claus was an
it's-
alcoholic.
like, that is
that
very
lived in the
normal
sewer.
Well,
Santa
this isn't like a
Claus, yeah.
true Japanese Christmas movie because no one eats fried chicken on Christmas like they do there.
Yeah.
Right, fried chicken's a big Christmas thing. All right, well, would you guys recommend people watch this?
I thought it was funny. It's definitely like
Yeah,
it's
I would. I
legitimately
mean, I watched
funny.
it a second time because
Yeah.
I wanted to.
It's legitimately interesting.
Yeah.
It's if
You're not going to walk out of this saying, I've seen that before.
No, hell no.
Ever.
If you want to
I
see
think
nightmare
all-
dolls floating in zero gravity,
Yeah.
yes.
I've actually been meaning to watch some of this guy's other. Like, he has one called Tokyo Tribe that's on Netflix. I think I've been meaning to watch that because, like, the 3 movies I saw of his were all, like, vastly different, but all, like, interesting. The one of them I was like, well, I'm never going to watch that again, but I guess it's a good experience to see it once. I don't think I could sit through it a second time.
I could probably sit through this again if I had to.
The one of them has, like,
This
a
one-
10-minute sequence at the end that's just a woman dying and then slowly decomposing. It's like 10 or 15 minutes
Jesus
of just her
Christ.
slowly, like, CGI turning into, like, a skeleton. It's actually awesome, but,
I'm sure it's
yeah.
cool, but it's also like, what? I'm about to pass out.
Okay.
I'm done.
Kurt, thanks for bringing this Japanese thing
Thanks
to
for celebrating the holidays.
Thank you for uploading it to YouTube and then buying the Blu-ray and then making me do all that stuff.
As long as I got to ruin Huey's life a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you when you come back and you'll be the first 5-timer ever. We'll watch.
Hang out with Steve Martin.
But at that time, we'll have understood what this movie means, and then we'll all know the meaning of life, and the meaning of Christmas, and science, and love, and peace.
Yeah, I'm going to stop believing in
Dreams.
science because I want...
If
Wish
you want to
candy.
know the meaning of all those things, love, peace, science, dreams, Christmas, nuclear fallout, Nagasaki, it's all here.
Come on.
How apathetic the Japanese culture has become. I think that's one of the lessons it's supposed to be.
Maybe this is all just a really good promo for his band.
You told us it was written by a drunk guy. It's nothing.
No, Matt, it's everything. All one thing. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Happy Merry.
Don't
Holiday
believe in science.
salutation.
Do not believe in science. You won't be able to see the
Happy
beauty of the world.
Anti-Science Day.
Yeah, anti-science.
That's what Christmas should be called now.
Fuck
Science blinds you. That's the fucking message.
Yeah, that's what that song She Blinded Me with Science is about. It's about forgetting magic.
You'll forsake God and Santa, and then you'll next thing you know, you'll be in a basement dissecting a toy that's
Turtle.
alive, shoving needles into its brain and shit.
When does the
Do you
turtle
want
cry?
that
Doesn't,
for your
yeah.
family?
I really
doesn't
don't.
the turtle cry? What's the scene the turtle cries?
The turtle cries for the first half of the film, Kurt.
No,
As
like
it's
actual
growing,
tears.
it's crying. They're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it hurts. Yeah, they
he's
did
like,
say
it hurts him. It's painful.
Yeah.
And you're like, Jesus, what the hell?
We basically watched a turtle torture film.
kind
That's
of.
basically what this is. Traditional Christmas turtle torture movie.
Yeah, maybe that's something they do in Japan. Like,
Yeah, I
Santa
feel like
comes and
we
gets
just
you a
don't know
turtle.
this.
It's
I
like,
went to a
maybe
restaurant-
turtle stuff is normal on Christmas.
I went to a
Just-
restaurant where you can catch a fish and they like slice it open and you can eat it while it's like still alive. So wouldn't
Maybe.
surprise me if they have turtle torture movies.
Santa Claus gives kids turtles that they destroy by the end of the day. Like, you have to just destroy it however you want.
Well, you
You flush
I
it down the
feel like-
toilet, you can set it on fire, you
is
can
that
put
how
it in a
Japan gets
blender.
rid of all their garbage? Like they just flush everything down the toilet?
Oh my god.
dogs, reindeers, ducks,
Giant-
everything.
Fuck.
Living. Wait.
Does
Those people
does he
get-
bring the
must have killed
animals
those-
back to
those
life?
must have been carcasses, and then he brought them back to life.
the dogs?
Yeah, they had to be dead dogs he found.
I have to go. I have to leave.
Matt!
We cannot keep talking about
He
this.
revived animals.
I don't want to hear
and then
it.
gave them back to kids as presents by making them
Here's
puppies.
the dog you murdered, Matt. Oh,
It's
Santa's-
now a
Lord.
puppy again.
So Santa is God, so God gets drunk in the sewer most of the year.
Matt has to leave.
Okay.
All right.
I cannot do this
Merry
anymore.
Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
everyone.
Science is bad.
You have just listened to Bonus Disc. Questions, comments, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts and guests of Bonus Disc are 100% valid because they sit high atop Judgment Mountain. So quit your whining.